In the quiet village of Elderglen, where the fog clung low and the pines stood like ancient sentinels, there was one place the townsfolk refused to speak of after sunset: the lake. They whispered that its eerie glow was not the reflection of moonlight, nor the trick of lanterns on the water, but something older, something alive. The surface shimmered in colors that didn't exist in nature, bending light into impossible angles, revealing glimpses, fleeting flashes, of a world that was never meant for human eyes. Most stayed away, most listened to the warnings passed down for generations. But curiosity is a stubborn thing. Marin, young and restless, had always felt the lake calling to her, a soft hum at the edge of her thoughts. On the night the glow pulsed brighter than ever before, casting long twitching shadows across the village. She could no longer resist. She slipped out of her home, guided only by the strange radiant flicker that pierced the darkness like a heartbeat. The air grew colder as she neared the water, still, breathless. Even the frogs and crickets fell silent, as if nature itself refused to acknowledge what lurked within the lake's depths. When Marin reached the shoreline, the glow washed over her like a veil. Colors bled into one another. Blues too deep, greens too violent, reds that flickered like embers struggling to stay alive. Drawn forward, she knelt and peered into the water. At first, she saw her reflection staring back, wide-eyed, curious and trembling. But the longer she watched, the more her reflection began to falter. Panic surged through her chest. Her eyes stretched too wide. Her smile grew too sharp. Something cold wrapped around her wrist, smooth as water, firm as bone. The lake rippled violently, its glow surging with hunger. Marin's warped reflection pressed its forehead against the underside of the surface, mirroring her fear with a distorted grin. Then the water opened. Not like a splash, not like a wave. It simply parted, spiraling downward like an abyss yawning awake. A swirling funnel of shadows and ghostly light pulled at her with irresistible force. Her nails scraped the rocks as she fought to crawl backward. But the lake would not release its claim. Her scream tore through the trees, but Elderglen remained silent. The villagers had long ago learned that the lake demanded tribute, and that those who answered its call could not be saved. Marin was pulled beneath the surface, her distorted reflection folding over her like a second skin. With one final shimmer, the lake sealed shut, becoming perfectly still once more. By morning, only her shoes remained on the shore. And though no one spoke it aloud, every villager felt it deep in the marrow of their bones. That Elderglen lake had not taken Marin. It had replaced her. Ever since that night, a new glow flickers beneath the surface. Brighter, hungrier, and shaped unmistakably like a girl leaning in from the other side.